Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please give a warm welcome to the host of the Happy Hour, Chris Lane Sr.
Hello, everybody. How we doing tonight? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for checking out Dom too before the show, and was nice to have him do the pregame show or the before show for me, and and get some playing in. So that's cool. Hey, I'll say hi to everybody here in a second, but good to see everybody. Welcome to the show. Got some people dropping in and out. If you're still on Dom's channel, I don't know how it transitioned, but come on over and be in the chat on my channel, and so you can see everybody and everybody can see you. But that's how that's working out. Let's go to the top and say hi to some people that have joined us this evening. Rhett, who just finished up his stream. He was, and I was there for a little bit watching Dom on his stream, which is kind of meta. But anyway, so Rhett's here from the Mixed Club. Hugh Caldwell is here, our Scottish friend. How you doing? Good to see you, Hugh. Lori is going to be probably in and out a little bit. And let's see, who else? And hey,
hello,
I know this
Mr.
guy.
Chris.
What's going on, man? How are you?
What's going on, dude? Hey, everybody.
Hey,
hello, everybody.
Like we just saw you. I'm saying hi to people. So there, let's say hi to the Dom Father. Hi, Dom Father. And Allie is with us, and saw her on Dom's stream, and James Myers is here. Probably tired like I am.
Tired Myers.
Tired, hot, and
tired Myers.
We've got both out. We've got alley patches too. So we've got
all the alleys in there.
All the alleys are right here, right now, which is fantastical. Yeah, I did that 4-pole vault. Tonight we're gonna screw around and tell jokes. I might dig up that video and play it because probably some people haven't seen it, and it's kind of funny.
I have not.
Yeah. So let's see. Who am I missing?
Mozzarella for you.
Ooh. Up there, Coldacre. How you doing? Good eye.
Hey, Coldacre.
Coldacre's had an interesting couple days at work. He's at work and his boss's boat catches on fire there in the warehouse. So that was kind of fun. Burt Fiberglass smells fantastic from what I understand. Hey, some guy, what's going on? How are you, man? Good to see you.
Some guy, how you doing, pal?
Yeah.
And Mr. Rhett.
Yep, Rhett's been here. And Freedom Redbird, how are you? Good to see you. Good, I think,
Tap.
Epiphonium, I haven't seen you in a few minutes. How you doing, man?
I just saw him like 5 minutes ago.
Well, I haven't seen him on this show for some period of time, so hey there.
Welcome.
Welcome. All right, I think I got everybody. So if I don't, or you're lurking, you are welcome to lurk. We appreciate our lurkers a long time. So, Dom, man, that guitar sounds so friggin' good.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rhett and I were commenting on his stream. He's like, damn that. He goes, I'm not a fan of acoustic guitars with pickups in them, but that guitar sounds amazing. And it does.
It's all this. No.
Yeah.
Hardly. No,
yeah,
it
well.
does sound pretty.
Yeah.
I'm still trying
sound good.
It sounds better finger picking than it does strumming. I'm trying to balance it a little bit more. There's a little too much compression on it for strumming, so I'm trying to dial it back a little bit, play with it, or have two different settings.
Yeah, well, that can work too. All right, the obvious question: I didn't get a haircut or anything. My hair is pulled back because it's so fucking hot in Denver. It was over 100 degrees today.
Oof!
I'm dying, man. I'm too big to be in that kind of heat.
Oof! Yeah. Over 80, I start getting like nervous. I don't really want to go out after it's like 80 degrees.
Well, here's the worst part is like it was 98 here yesterday, and they said, but cool weather's coming. It'll be 73-ish the rest of the week. And in my mind, it's 73. And I walk out into the house to go play at the animal shelter. and the heat punched me in the face and the testicles simultaneously. Like, it's hotter than 73. And I looked at the weather forecast and they'd completely changed it. It's like, oh yeah, it's not going to be that cool until next week. Sorry, bro.
Oh,
it'll be over 100 the next 3 days.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
kidding me? So yeah, so I'm sucking water and my hair's pulled back.
So how did the show go?
The kitties were enthralled. The kitties were.
Did you do all your cat material? Stray Cat Strut.
I'm working on it.
Tommy the Cat from Primus. I don't know any.
Yeah, and I can't play Tommy the Cat because hello. But I'm starting to work on What's Up, the old Tom Jones song, What's Up, Pussycat.
Oh, okay. There you go.
What's up, Pussycat? Now, the cats were really interesting today because a lot of times the cats are very mellow when I'm playing. They're like, okay, cool, and they'll take a nap and just kind of... These cats were up and active and just checking it out, and several of them got meowing, and they were into it, and it was really good. And... played ambassador a little bit. I was in a room where the cats are available for adoption. We had several people come through looking at the cats, and I said, hey, this cat is really chill. This cat is...
Oh, you have to learn that song then. In the Arms of an Angel. You know the one they used to play on...
Oh, God, no.
Every time someone starts
Sarah McLachlan. God, I hate that song.
Really?
I really do.
Yeah. Only because they just... abused.
Well, that's it. They abused it. And I mean,
to the point where it just became like,
I love animals. I mean, obviously I spend, a couple days a month in the animal shelter, but I mean, they would show these, pathetic puppies and kitties and, everything but clubbing baby seals. And it just was emotional blackmail, and then combined it with the song. So that ruined it for me.
That was my bar. Club Baby Seal.
That's right.
Baumholder, Germany. Circa 1986.
Yeah, you're really welcome there, Allie. I'm all about the visuals.
She's always in that field.
Yeah.
It looks like a happy place.
It does.
Happy place. So I went to go see Bonnie Raitt last night.
That's why I'm glad you came on, because I wanted to talk to you about that show.
Here's the thing. Like, I know her. Like, I don't know her in depth.
Uh-huh.
I know she's cool. She's very well respected. Man, she fucking blew me away, though. She's like 73, 74 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking great slide guitar player. Really cool. She does some funny shit on stage. Great songs.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Vaughn. Jimmy Vaughn and whatever, what was the opening band, and they did some songs together. So it was really, really cool night. Went out to dinner, and I probably would have never chosen to go. And, my sister was like, hey, we have tickets. You want to go? I was like, sure, why not? But I was blown away.
Aren't you glad you did? Yeah, she's... Well, and she won a Grammy last year for a song that she wrote.
Well, I'm trying to learn that song. It's a good song.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
That'll pull it at your heartstrings. But yeah, she's been a talent I actually worked for her in 1981.
Right, that's what you're saying. Oh, you can segue to the story you said I had to ask you about.
Oh, yeah. Well, so what I did back in college is I was a stage manager. So bands would come in, Bonnie Raitt or whoever, and because I was a musician and knew setup and everything, I would be in charge of the stage crew that the college provided. So
before you go in, so I have a question.
Yes.
Because we were actually talking about this last night. That probably the bands that are no longer the top echelon, they probably just travel with the band, a couple techs, maybe their own mixer, and then they basically, these bigger small venues supply the crew, right? To
it was a mix. We were, now back again, you got it, this was the early 80s when a lot of bands were touring, and we were a good halfway point between Denver and like Salt Lake City. Mm-hmm. So we got, Randy Meisner played there, Atlanta Rhythm Section, Bonnie Raitt, Greg Kinband. Who else did I work for?
Greg Kinband.
Charlie Daniels. Anyway, so there was a list of pretty good talent that came through there. But to your point, yeah, they had their own road crew, mostly their own gear. Sometimes we would have to provide amps or a few things. And then we provided muscle to move stuff in and out. And, that was my job, is to coordinate the college dudes. And, I had my football player buddies, and it's like, we're drinking beer afterwards, but you work for me right now and we're not going to botch this shit up. Well, anyway, Dan Fogelberg, I worked for him. So Bonnie Raitt's playing and everything's set up. They do sound check, and their guitar player at that time, and I don't know this guy's name or anything, but he had a beautiful Firebird. And I love Firebirds. Gibson was on the stand there, but it was in a bad place. It was just kind of in the path.
Hey, Grey Wolf.
Because it was narrow. And so I moved it. And, this needs to be out of the way. Well, their stage manager said, no, this has to be here. I'm like, okay, bro, but it's not in a good place. Well, whatever. Things go on. And either he, and I'm not, because I didn't see it happen, but either he or one of his roadies got their foot caught in the cable and pulled the guitar off the stand and snapped the neck right the fuck off. And I mean, I heard it crash and I turned and I went, oh no. And I thought, well, these fuckers are all getting fired, and me probably too. But the guitar player, I mean, these guys were really chill. I don't know if they liked the drugs or whatever, but Bonnie Raitt had roses that somebody had provided for. And so the guitar player goes, oh, that sucks. And he put it in the case and he put a rose on it, and they had a service for it. And I'm like, this guy took it way better than I would have.
Yeah,
but
he's like, there's a whole bunch of people looking at me.
Oh, but that
really
was
want to do it? Yeah.
A nice vintage Firebird that was no more.
Mm-hmm. Did she have her Guild acoustic back then?
Gosh, she played a lot of different. She had a Guild. She played a Martin. I'm pretty sure it was a Martin. Must have been. She played her Strat.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time. She played mostly her Strat.
The brown Strat. Yeah.
Yeah, mostly her Strat.
Well, it's probably
she had a white one too.
Okay. It's probably because since she does so much slide playing, it's probably
and it's set up for it.
Really high action,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she'll use 3 guitars. Her Strat, the Guild, and then she played this one song, and she was like, "It's a brand new guitar," and she was kind of total funny. It was funny when she finished. She was like, "I think I tamed it there at the end," because it's, no matter how well you play, when it's a new guitar, it's like you're hesitant,
Yeah. Yeah, it was brave to do that. But yeah, it was, she put on a great show back then. And she had some really good songs. And of course, has had a tremendous career since.
She's the funniest thing, though, because, we had pretty good seats. But, when you get to Hayes, and I was like, damn, I know she's old. I mean, she looks really good. And then she said, she's like, a woman's best friend is a spotlight and some distance. And I'm like, it's so true.
That's funny. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm glad you, yeah, that's right. You gotta teach the guitar. Somebody doesn't know him yet.
It really is actually very true. It's very true.
Well, it's like everything else. The way everybody holds their hand position a little different, and everybody presses a little different, and you've got to groove the guitar for how you play. And so it takes a while.
Yeah. No, you have to adjust to it. I'm still trying to adjust to this, because I have a tendency to be heavy-handed with strumming hand. Yeah, that's so I've heard. So I've been trying to dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, you see? Look.
Yeah, very nice. I wish I got the red one.
My SWA shirt. We should probably do another run of these shirts.
Yeah.
Because this one, it's been de-sleeved, but it's the cats
we
have put holes in it.
We have to make the group good again.
Yeah, we need to spend a little time on that. And, there's a good opportunity coming up we've got Songtember, we've got the Music for Life, the American album, which is due in October. So as a group of songwriters, we've got every good reason to kind of get after it and, work on the group. So,
yeah. Just the problem of songwriters in general are a solitary bunch.
yeah. Yeah, but, people have been active. Naya's been pretty active, here recently, released a couple new songs. And
oh, thanks. Thanks, Mitch. I think it's part of my style. Is Jimmy Vaughn Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't play guitar like Stevie, I'll tell you that much.
No.
He got old real quick. It's like, come on, go into box 2. Just go into box 2, please.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's had a career and everything, but never not the same. Hey. There goes Dom, choking to death. Come back.
Whew.
Okay.
That was good.
Yeah, that was a good hit, huh?
That's cleansing, boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
man, that was me when I tried to smoke a little bit with my wife when my eyes were so bad. I was like, I'll try anything. And, I hit it hard and everything, and all I did was cough. It's like,
well, like one of the sucky things with vape is that a lot of times, it's heavy. The liquid is heavy in it, so it gunks up the pipe. So you're like, nothing. And then and it goes, and you get inundated. But those are usually the best.
Yeah, my wife tried the vape pens for a while, and she's like, look, I'm an old school 70s hippie. Yeah. Just get joints, and that's what I'm doing. Like, okay.
Yeah. Maybe eventually. We just can't, don't smoke in the house, so.
Yeah. Well, that's why we have the deck.
Me and my crack pipe.
Yeah, we sit out there and she smokes and we watch the hummingbirds.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a good day. And tomorrow's Friday, so she'll smoke a little bit, I'll drink a little bit, and we'll watch our hummingbird friends fight.
I bought a new whiskey. I forget the name, Josh and Ritter or something like. No, there's a musician named Josh Ritter. Something that has Ritter in it, and it's 1776 bourbon. $29.
Okay. Now you have to tell me how it is.
It's not going to be good as High Noon, I can tell. And I bought Modelo today on a review.
Well, good.
No.
There you go.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
Yeah, again, I'm not much of a beer drinker, but for a light summer beer, I think Modelo is pretty damn good.
Today was like the end of the cooler, so it's like, I drink 4, I buy a 6-pack, drink 2, so every beer I picked out tonight has been different.
Oh, okay. It's just like potpourri, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Surprise me. Yeah, I do have a lot of hummingbirds. I think I have a nest in one of my trees because one of the hummingbirds has gotten very territorial. I have a feeder up front and I have 3 in the back. And the hummingbirds are hitting them all summer long. And I mean, hummingbirds, you may know, they recognize people. So they will fly like right in our face and say, hey, how's it going? And then they go off and feed. And, they love the zinnias. And we've got zinnias like where some of our chairs are. And they'll just hit the zinnias, literally this far from us. They're like cool about it.
Next year's outside year.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time outside. We're not as active in the garden as we've been in years past because this has been poor Kay has been working her ass off. She's finally wrestled her company to the ground on some respects, so she's not having to work till 7 o'clock every fucking night. But, we're just not doing as much gardening. And we've done, other than the couple times we've taken trips, we've done zero hiking this summer. Just none.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's a season, right? What are you going to do? I was having a good time playing for the kiddies today because here's the interesting thing. The rooms in there, the acoustics kick ass.
Oh, sure. It's all.
I'm going to try and
cinder
take.
block, right?
Well, yeah, but you got all the plexiglass on the cages and everything for the little cat habitats. And the acoustics are really good. So I'm going to try and bring my tripod next time and I may even go live from the animal shelter and just say, hey, we're going to play to the cats. And
I can't wait for them to get most of the shit out of the upstairs so I can play in just a big empty room.
Oh, yeah.
That
would be cool.
Sit right in the middle.
Yep. The hummingbirds love zinnias, and they love our larkspur. I don't know if you can grow, larkspur is kind of a western. I don't know if you can grow larkspur where you are, Allie, but the hummingbirds love that stuff. They love our columbines too, but again, columbines is kind of a mountain. The fact that my wife can grow them east where we live is pretty impressive, actually, but they love the columbines too. But they're pretty much tapped out for the year. It's been a long, hot summer, and they're like, we usually live in the cool mountains, and yeah, we're done. So.
I bet, Allie, you could go into any animal shelter as a musician and say, hey, can I play for the animals? And I guarantee you would get absolutely.
If you're interested, contact me, and I'll put you in touch with the people. It's in a couple states. Right now, it's in New Jersey, Houston, where it started, here in Colorado, and they're opening a new chapter in San Diego, I believe, in September. And the program is called Wild Tunes, and they have a website and everything. But they're looking to expand it into other areas. So, you got to get an animal shelter on board. But the Denver shelter has been totally on board. And we've got a person who was involved in the Houston program. They moved to Colorado. So they've kind of spearheaded it here. Yeah, I could be Bubbles. I don't know.
That's probably how it spreads, Allie,
Yeah.
Someone from another place contacts them and, hey, if I can get places,
Yeah. So, just send me an email and I'll put you in touch with the people because they're really cool. It was started by a young kid, and he went to like an accelerated school or a development school. I don't know what exactly to call it. It's not like a charter school like I was involved with, but they would have projects. And his project was because he had played for his dog and then he started going to the shelter because he saw that his dog responded well to it. And so part of his school, he had to develop a program. So he developed a program of going and playing for the animals in the shelter. And then his parents got on board and started this, nationwide program. Yeah. All right. Yeah, well, that's it. I play for my cats pretty regularly, but now I've expanded my cat audience. The dogs, I've only played for the dogs once, and it was okay. It was sometimes the barking throws me off. So, the cats are just, I've had cats.
What you need to do is play to dogs on YouTube. You have to live stream to dogs.
Yeah, there
so you won't be
go.
affected by the barking.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. Well, animals, Epi, animals respond very well to it because their hearing is more acute than ours in some respects. And in my experience, they're down with it. Yeah, now that's the same kind of concept, and that's a very cool thing to do. I might have gotten involved in that had my wife not said, "Oh, here's this program. Get down there, big guy, and check it out." And
I never did when I used to play a lot. Some guy like I never ventured into hospitals or nursing homes. But from what I hear now is like you could actually get paid fairly well, playing at those places because they're dying for entertainment, and
yeah,
the people are very appreciative of it. So I think that's pretty neat.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I know that Leni Perez, she works in a assisted living home, and she
Hmm.
does a little bit of playing for him, but she runs games and does a lot of stuff there. And it was a volunteer thing that's morphed into a real job.
Right. Hmm.
So yeah, I can see that. Singing, guitars, keyboard, that's one thing. I don't know that any animal would really love the drums because it's just loud and sudden and yeah. Well, you gotta get some video of that.
Hmm.
I I think animals playing. I've seen a couple dogs play piano and a couple cats, and it's pretty awesome. And there's what is the guy? He's a YouTube kind of star, Kiffness. So he'll like get a sample of cats meowing or saying something, and then he'll run it through auto tune, and he just makes songs out of these animals vocalizing. It's pretty entertaining, I gotta say.
Never saw.
Yeah, well, what I play for you guys, that's the hearing impaired. I know I am anymore. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, cats will do that. I will say this was my concern when I got my old cats never messed with my guitars ever, ever, ever in all the years that I had them. When I got the two new cats, I was a little slow to get them in my office here because I didn't know how they'd be, and I did not want to find out that they loved using guitars as scratching posts. But the cats have
Yeah.
been zero.
I love my doggy, but I ain't letting him down here.
Well, I get that. Dogs are just big dogs like that are just clumsy. They knock it
Mhm.
off the stand, and then you have a Firebird incident. So that would be bad. But yeah, the cats are pretty regulars in the office anymore, and they're good. And they don't even scratch at the soft cases, which surprised me. They scratch my chair and all that, but they don't mess with the cases and they don't mess with the guitars. So that's a good thing.
It's funny. I don't like cats because they are so independent.
Exactly why I adore cats, because they're so
And
independent.
I hate that my dog is so fucking needy. So, oh my dog's
You
just,
need a gerbil.
oh my God, he's the worst. He's the worst in the best possible way. Good God, and so starved for affection.
Yeah, dogs are funny that like that. Well, these cats are pretty. If they want love, they hop on your lap or whatever, and like, oh hey, pay attention to me now, bro. But they can be left to their own devices a little bit. Oh, I do. That was gold. Were you watching when that happened, Dom? When the dog whizzed
I
on
think
Ron's
so.
guitar?
Possibly.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, he's playing along, and then the dog comes in, and you see the leg lift, and like, well, bad puppy.
Chupacabra.
It was really good.
What is a chupachara? Chupachurro?
Yeah, I don't know.
Go down one more to James.
Yeah, I see it there.
I
don't
can't
know.
see it there.
Yeah, I don't know what a chapachura is.
It sounds like something you would get at Taco Bell.
Yeah, yeah, delicious. Yes, absolutely. I think many of us saw that. Yeah, animals, I don't know. They just, I enjoy having them around. Like, but they can be entertaining. Like the little one, the one that's so athletic. So he gets on the counter. We're eating dinner, and he's on the counter and he's kind of messing around. And so Sean is like, dude, get off the counter, and gets the spray bottle. And so the cat takes one look at him, leaps from the counter to the top of the refrigerator, and then goes to the little alcove above everything. Is like, now what are you going to do? And all I could do was laugh because it's like, you're such a little shit. But he's so athletic. It's fun to watch him because he went standing from the counter clear across the kitchen to the top of the refrigerator and then up the thing. It's like, damn, that cat's got hops. Yeah, I've somehow managed to be a part of some of the classic live stream moments. Man, when old hippie let it rip there, I was like, did I just hear? And that's not a sound effect, is it? And the answer was no. No, it was not. And that was before he was eating nothing but meat. So maybe that's why he let her rip.
Yeah, that's in the salad days.
Oh, that. Okay. Yeah. I know the legend and the ant. I didn't know that's how it was spelled, but okay. Yeah, that would take care of the dog, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, well, the raccoon on Gary's was classic.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, well, it was like, hey, he's going along and like,
especially because Gary got upstaged.
No,
I'm here now.
Well, that's the old saw. Don't work with kids and animals, but yeah, that raccoon, but has not made another appearance apparently.
Yeah. Probably likes techno pop or something.
Yeah, maybe it's like, yeah, it's not a metal raccoon. It's like, you know what? I'm kind of a grunge raccoon, and I'm sorry, bro. I'm just not digging it.
I'm going to the parking lot down the street.
Yeah, that's right. I'll go see what those guys are up to. I told Hubs, because I have experience with these damn raccoons. I said, if you want him to show back up, start stashing a can of tuna fish in that, and I guarantee he'll be there every week, and he'll bring his friends.
Probably has a bunch of other things too.
Yeah, well, they love tuna fish in oil. Just love it because they can smell it and they love the taste. And
we get a lot of skunks out here.
I used to.
Oh, he smells skunky.
Oh yeah, man, I used to get, and I don't know what happened to them all, but because I live really close to one of the city reservoirs, and it's all fenced off. There's no driving anything. It's just it's fishing and wildlife, and so I see a lot of eagles and blue herons and everything go over my house all the time. But I'm like 2 blocks from the back of the reservoir, and so we would smell skunks all the time. But we haven't had one stop by now for a couple of years, and again, I don't know what happened to them.
Necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm okay with it.
I have a reservoir down my block too.
Oh, really?
It's right in between, like the Parkway.
Yeah.
The Bronx River and the Sprain Brook.
Yeah, it's mixed. I love the wildlife there. That part's cool. It modulates the temperature a little bit in my neighborhood. That's good. But like when it's really hot like today, it raises the humidity in my neighborhood a little bit. Not as good. And we always get a little more snow because of it too. Because it just somehow pulls moisture or something. But yeah, I usually get like an inch more than places a mile or 2 miles from me.
Once it starts snowing there.
Well, I mean, I'll get snow in October, guaranteed.
Okay.
But that'll probably be a pretty isolated one, and then it won't. And then usually a little bit in November, a little bit in December. The snowiest months in Denver are usually March and April. as far as both quantity and frequency. But it can snow anytime here in the city from basically September through end of. Was doing a veterans, or what's the one in May? Labor Day's coming up, so
That's
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Yeah, I quit I used to have a Memorial Day cookout at my house, and I just quit doing it because we would always get rained on, and multiple times we got friggin' snowed on, and it was heavy snow. Yeah. And I've been snowed on. There's not a month in this state that I haven't been snowed on up in the mountains. I mean, July, August, absolutely. But down here, May is usually as late as it gets, and I've no snow before, say, mid-September that I can remember. It's probably happened, but those are good cougars. But yeah, I've gotten glimpses of the real ones here in Colorado, and they say
but what's a cougar at our age?
yeah, well. Yeah, well, at our age, a cougar's a young chick.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, sadly. Yeah, cougars are very cool. They say, and I can't prove it, but they say if you're hiking, almost inevitably a cougar is watching you in the Colorado mountains. And, they stay hidden and they don't mess with people as a rule unless they're sick.
We got cougars out here in Westchester, too.
Yeah, they're a cool animal.
Whenever there's a sighting, it's on the news for fucking 3 days.
Oh, sure.
Public service announcements and what to do if there's a cougar,
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well,
crazy.
People like their animals in that respect. Again, another reason why I like cats, because cats are all the same. Your little tabby house cat,
yeah,
and a giant tiger, they're all the same. They walk the same way. They play with their food the same way. It's pretty impressive. And there's a little tiny cat in like Vietnam, and I mean, it's like a 3-pound cat. It's one of the smallest cats there, but it's an excellent fisherman. So the cat goes swimming and catches fish.
In their mouth. I got pooped on when I was in high school or junior high school. Like one of my first dates, went to the movies and I took to McDonald's and a bird pooped on my shoulder.
Yeah, it's always fun.
I think on my members only jacket.
We were camping one time and my mother had just washed her hair and so she's coming out and everything and she walks under the pine tree there and some bird poops right on her head and she was so mad. She was mad. I mean, really, she was pissed off the rest of the trip.
She probably didn't want to go camping in the first place. That was my mom.
She was a pretty good sport about that. We did it a lot when we were younger. Because, we lived out of state for a couple of years, so we would come back to Colorado to camp and spend a week or so.
You could be my date, James. I'll take you to the movies.
Hey.
We'll split a happy meal.
Sure. That sounds like a good time. Yeah, geese is not much better. We used to play flag football in the park in my old neighborhood. And the Canadian geese, Hubs, you're probably not listening because he's up camping right now, but the Canadian geese would hang out there. And man, we'd just be covered in this stuff. And it was so slick. I mean, we literally wore our football cleats out on this field to try not to slip too much in the goose poop.
One day, me and my kids were bored. So I'm like, come on, let's go play football. And rather than go in the yard, we went to like a park by the water. And it was just, you couldn't like really see it to your right on. It was just filled with duck or goose. It was bird shit, just filled with it.
That's what they do.
Let's get out of here. The place we have in Pennsylvania, we haven't been this year, but I've been hearing all these people ranting that the lake has been closed because there's so much duck and goose shit in it.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, it's because they only have one, spray. Like they need, and they have to keep the water moving.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, they're like, "Hey, sunshine, how are you?" Get the call out.
Hello, sunshine. All right, Mr. Chris, everybody, I am going to say good night.
Well, thank you for a great concert pre this show. You sounded great, man, and
my pleasure. Thank you.
I probably won't see you Saturday at G-Mays. My kid's in town.
Oh, cool.
He flew in tonight. He's going to a concert. I can't remember who he's seeing. And then we're all going out to dinner Saturday. So nice. I may or may not be on G-Mays. If I do, it's going to be fairly late.
Yeah. Well, it's always fairly late for me.
Yeah. It doesn't mean late for me. I probably won't get home from dinner until 10 o'clock or so, my time.
Right.
So, all right.
I will speak with you soon, everybody.
Sounds
Have a good
good.
night.
Be well.
Enjoy
Thanks, Tom.
Yourselves. All right. Take it easy. Bye.
All right. Bye. All right. Hit the right button. He did. And there he goes, Dom. And he didn't hit the end stream, which I'm very grateful about. So, all right. Well, I am going to... I said we're going to tell some jokes. We're going to play a little more music than normal. So I'm going to cue up a song, and then I'll be back and we'll do some jokes. So if you got some good jokes that you can type in the chat, start pulling those together. But let's listen to... I've got a couple good tracks here. Let's do this. Let's do a Mountain Man track. And this is, I think he put this out, not too long ago. But this is called Soaking Up the Sunrise from Mountain Man.
Sitting on my front porch watching purple space sunrise, rising slowly, rising strong, shining in my eyes. Spring is for my friend, just the beginning of summer rain. I can smell the hope thick in the air. Don't mind me if I stay in this moment for a while. Don't blame me if I decide to crack a smile. Get enough doing the road around these parts. I wanna soak this sunrise right into my heart. Soak this sunrise right into my heart. Bugs are popping and leaves are starting. There's a cold in the past. shadow long and lean. Don't mind me if I stay in this moment for a while. Don't mind me if I decide to crack a smile. Get enough room and go around these parts. I want to soak this sunrise right into my heart. Soak this sunrise right into my heart. Sun is getting high on my chin, warm upon my face. My baby boy sitting on my lap, happy in this place. Think about the sunrises that he has yet to see. All the things that had in life that make him this happy. Don't mind me if I stay in this moment for a while. Don't blame me if I decide to crack a smile. Get enough to move around these parts. I wanna soak this sunrise right into my heart. Soak this sunrise right into my heart.
All right, that was Mountain Man. That was pretty darn nifty. And again, we're going to play maybe a little more music than we usually do here, just because tired. And it was a hot day, and it's still hot in this office. So, okay. I thought I heard a ping. Let me check my goodies. Ooh, okay. Oh, good stuff. Oh, hey, it's private, James. So you'll have to change it to unlisted, and then I can play it. So, yeah. I can't play private. I can play unlisted. And then I won't share the link, but yeah. If you can do that, that would be great. All right. Sold out. See, you guys already have a couple good musician jokes. So I heard a joke the other day that I kind of liked. An old boy and his wife went in to see the doctor, and they were up there in age, and the old boy says, "Hey, doc, my wife and I would like to continue to have sex, but I'm pretty elderly anymore, and I just want to make sure that it's safe for me to do so, that I can, I'm in shape." And doctor says, "No problem. We'll test your sperm, your semen, and we'll see, if you're vital enough to do this. So here's this jar. Take it home, fill it up, bring it back to me." So day goes by. The man and the wife come back to the doctor and hand him the jar. The jar's empty. The doctor says, "Well, I told you to fill this up. I can't test it, because you didn't give me anything to test." And And the old boy says, well, Doc, I gotta be honest with you. I used my right hand, nothing. Used my left hand, couldn't do it. Got the wife involved. She used her right hand, nothing. Left hand, nothing was happening there. Called her neighbor. She came over, used both hands. She even took out her dentures and used her mouth. And I got to tell you, none of us could get the damn lid off this jar. Okay. I know some of you are laughing out loud at that. And you should, because that's a damn good joke. All right. I'm going to try it now, Mr. Aker. Okay. Haha, that worked. All right, so we'll play that in just a moment. And I heard the pingy noise, which tells me that our friend Hugh Caldwell is here. Hello, Hugh.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Not too bad.
Oh, I see your dobro in the background.
Yeah. I couldn't play for a few days in a row there, and it was annoying me. And then yesterday, the power came back.
Ah, good deal. All right. Okay, Al, we're getting some good jokes in. Here we go. So how are you doing, my friend?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Good.
Some good news on the health front.
Yeah?
A couple of the meds that I was taking, not for the arthritis, for something else, I have been taking off. I have been taken off them.
Oh, okay.
So
that's good. Don't need them, huh?
Yeah, getting better and better.
Ah, that's good news. Very good news. Oh, glad. Yeah, I don't like to belabor the health things, but we all deal with them at our age, and they've reduced my medication down to 5 milligrams a day, which I thought, oh, this ain't gonna work, but I'm doing fine. And
cool.
Eyesight's still good, voice is good. I can feel a little weakness in the tongue and in swallowing, but it's tolerable, and had played for an hour and sang for the kiddies, and no problems. And I was pretty good on GMA the other night, so this is good. And obviously, if I'm going to have to be on this for extended periods, low is better. So
yeah.
But yeah, well, that's good to hear about you. So yeah, we're just kind of hanging tonight. I have no particular agenda other than, like I was telling everybody, been really, really hot here in Denver for the last, I don't know, week or so, and it ain't getting cooler. So kind of that last.
It's been hotter than normal here as well over the summer. So
yeah, not fun when you're a bigger fellow. I'm good in the winter. I'm built for winter. Summer, less so.
Felix loves it. He's out in the front garden every day, just sunbathing.
Yeah. No.
Stretched out like that.
Yeah, well, he's a darker cat. I mean, my tuxedo cat, he's a solar-powered cat. He lays in the sunbeam all morning, and he's a happy guy. That's about right, too. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so we're playing some music tonight. We're telling a few jokes, and let's see what happened to my. There we go. I had a couple jokes that I wanted to tell, and I copied a couple of them down because they're longer jokes, and I didn't want to screw them up. But this was a good one. That two guys in their mid-20s are sitting in a bar having a beer, and one of the guys remarks to the other, "Man, you look tired." And the other guy goes, "Dude, I'm exhausted. My girlfriend wants to make love all the time. 3, 4, sometimes 6 times a night. She wakes me up at all hours. I don't know what to do." Man, there was an old guy in his 70s, sitting a few bar stools down, overhears the conversation. He leans over and says, "Well, just marry her. That'll end that nonsense right away."
Most of my jokes are unpublishable.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I pulled up a collection of a couple, PG-13 ones. But a lot of my best jokes involve old people and sex somehow. But I guess because that's funny. I don't know. There you go. Oh, James. I mean, that's a musician joke and a dad joke. All rolled into one. Oh, yeah. Ouch. 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 Hey, now my opening song, though, Faded, actual guitar solo by me, a bass player. So.
Nice.
Yeah, I came across that when I was looking for other stuff, and that one popped up, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't heard this in a while because I don't listen to my own stuff that frequently. I play live most weeks, and sometimes it's fun to go back because I recorded that about 3 years ago now, and the difference between how I play it live and my old recorded version is pretty. And I'm like, wow. Well, I had some good stuff going on in it. That was pretty cool, actually. Yay. Yeah, it's good to go back and listen to your stuff every once in a while. But
I think back like recording as well. If I go back 3 or 4 years ago, how much less you knew about how to place things in a mix and stuff like that. It's like I didn't have a clue then.
Exactly. And that was what was interesting because I had just a rudimentary idea what I was doing, and I'm listening to it and goes, this almost sounds better than some of the stuff I'm doing lately when I know more. Like, how did that work?
Sometimes you can get carried away and you just overproduce it.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's exactly where I think, and I've been kind of working with Rhett here a little bit, who's been streaming a couple really good streams here lately. I know you've been on them with me, and just kind of picking up some tips there and going, all right, there's some things that I've overproduced slightly, specifically in the vocal area, and just as a test, I sent him something I don't know that I've ever done to anybody. I sent him a dead raw vocal. Nothing. Just this mic, me singing. Go, okay, this is what I'm starting with. And Rhett sent me a note back and goes, that doesn't really need a whole lot more than that, dude. Just so you know. Which, was nice to hear. And then it made me think, okay, maybe I am putting maybe a little too much crap on there. And yeah, I think that may be true. It reminds me, an old boy and his wife were, they were back in the old neighborhood and kind of walking around, and the old boy says, remember when we went down this alley and we had sex when we were young? You want to do that again? And his wife giggled and said, sure, why not? So they do that. They go down the alley and they are going at it. And a fella happens to be passing by and witnesses the whole thing, and he's enthralled. I mean, these old people are going to town, and they finally stop and, drop to the ground and, catch their breath and everything, and then they come back out the alley, and the guy just said, look, I apologize. I watched you guys. That was wrong of me to be a voyeur like that. But I got to say, people in your age, that was absolutely amazing. What is your secret to that kind of vigorous sex at your age? And the old guy says, well, a couple things. We try and take care of ourselves and everything. And, we're trying to relive our youth, like we made love back there once upon a time. But of course, some things change. The guy said, well, really, what's different? He said, well, the first thing is there didn't used to be an electric fence back there. I like those setup jokes that go a different way. Those are kind of my fave. Yeah, that joke is an old classic, really works. while Cold Acre is here, while he's on break, he sent me his old band, and this is like a one-timey thing that we're going to play for everybody. So everybody buckle up and check out Cold Acre from back in the day. And this is their little demo thing, and he was kind enough to share it. So here we go. Now look at those guys. Look, Cold Acre, the big tall one on the left there. Let's hear from Butterfly. There goes your rock and roll.
Talk is cheap and old, and promises are hollow. There she goes, the 8-ball rolls into the pocket. The dealer falls, you're in a hole. There goes your rock and roll. That's about as close as you get to a good time. Shine a spotlight on everyone else, but hold a candle to yourself, you're asinine. There she goes, the door is closed, but you keep knocking. Control. There goes your rock and roll. Your rock and roll. There she goes, the door is closed, but you keep knocking. You blew it all and lost control. There goes your rock and roll.
Freaking
all
killer.
Right. Oh, that was super.
Magic.
Yeah, good stuff there. Thanks, James. Appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, that's just good old straight ahead rock and roll. I'm a fan. Love that. I heard that little bit of Deep Purple in there, which I was digging. And the bass player singing is how it should be. I'm a fan of that as well.
Yeah, it's classic sounding too.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... Yeah, not that long ago. So, but very cool. Hey, Gordon Lee Weaver, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. Good to see you as always. Appreciate you. And so there you go. 3 years ago. All right. Oh, Steve from Germany. Sehr gut.
Hello, Steve.
Good to see you. Let's see. Yeah, my written German is pretty terrible. But,
mine is non-existent.
I had a little bit of German, because in America, obviously, the language you should learn is German, or maybe not. Maybe Spanish would have served me better, but I took German instead because why not? But anyway, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. Good to see you, man.
I only took French lessons because teacher was hot.
Yeah, you know what? There's something to be said for that. You know, why not, right? Yeah, I had my I don't know, you hear all this stuff about, man, teachers having sex with their kids anymore, which is just, I don't know, that just seems weird to me because I had a lot of much older teachers and everything. I think the only good-looking teacher I really remember was my art teacher in high school, and she was a younger gal, and she was pretty attractive. But other than that, I had a lot of all my English teachers and such were older.
Yeah.
Let's go with that, older. You know, and they were probably in their 40s or 50s. You know, again, I'm a junior or high school kid, so what do I know? But anyway. Trying to read the chat. Okay. All right. So lots of, yeah, that's, I speak I can say a couple phrases in German. I'm an American, so obviously my English is terrible. And I can do a little Spanglish. Yeah, here you go. Hugh was hot for teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it bad, got it bad, got it bad.
I'm hot for teacher. Good old Van Halen back in the day. So here, let's ask the question since they've come up. Are you a Van Halen guy or a Van Hagar guy?
Almost neither.
Okay.
I like some of both, right? But I've never been a big fan of either. I actually preferred Sammy Hagar when he was in Montrose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Sammy.
Base Station number 5 and stuff like that.
Yeah. So old school stuff. I got to say, Sammy Hagar is one of those mutants that, I mean, he still can sing most everything he ever could. And he's pushing 80.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me hope. But yeah, he's a mutant.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah, Roth, he's like most of singers that have kind of aged in that. He cannot do what he once did.
But in his day, Roth was like the ultimate showman, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm a huge, as far as bands go, I'm a Roth Van Halen guy all the way. They had a lot more commercial success with Hagar fronting it, but I just didn't love their music as much. It was good, but
the thing with me with Van Halen, they came out at a time when I was listening to a lot of older stuff, you know, your older 70s stuff, or even late 60s stuff, and plus they didn't really hit as big over here as they did everywhere else in the world for some reason. They were big, but they weren't huge. And even Eddie Van Halen is, if I think of my favourite guitar players, he's not up there for me.
No, fair enough.
Just a personal thing.
Well, and you would have been younger when they came, because I remember I was a sophomore in high school when the first Van Halen album came out, and I was in my buddy's B210 and had a Datsun cool tape deck and everything, and he pumped in the cassette of Van Halen's first album, and you had the horn and all that stuff, and then they went into Really Got Me, and like, holy shit, who are these guys? And you know, we were mesmerized because nobody really had played guitar like that before. That was just mind-blowing, eye-opening. And I mean, we wore probably 2 cassettes out that year, driving back and forth to school because we couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, I mean, he he influenced it pretty much the whole of the 80s after that as well, with all the guitar players that came kind of
Yes.
had to nod to him, really.
Well, right. And other guitar players had done some of those techniques previous, but nobody made it was such a part of his repertoire and it was so fluidless. Nobody had done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only thing, I mean, when it comes to like guitar players, right, I like to listen to. I like melody, a lot of melody, and not too. I can handle some shredding from like Steve Vai. Not so much Joe Satriani. Not a big fan of him, but I like. I even like Frank Zappa stuff. When he goes on a guitar solo thing, but deep down, it's Jimi Hendrix for me. End of story.
Yeah, well, fair enough. I mean,
that style, you know.
Yeah.
When it gets into too much like tapping and stuff, I kind of tune out a little. So
yeah, it's not. I mean, I appreciate it and everything, but yeah, I get that. Hey, Val Kimber, how you doing, man? Good
Hi,
to
Val.
see you. And I'm going to re-highlight. I mean, Gordon, that's an accurate comment. That first album was great, and I liked a lot of their albums with Roth. There is at least one song on every one of the albums that I really, really dug. But others, some were better than others. Diver Down had a couple. Mean Streets had a couple. And then, of course, when they went to Jump and completely changed directions there to a certain extent, like, whoa. I mean, that was a reinvention, but very cool.
One thing Eddie was a master at, I thought, was really original riffs.
Yes.
See, that stuff like Unchained is amazing.
Oh, Unchained is like one of my favorites. That's a great song, great vocal melody. Everything about that one. Unchained. Running. No, it was a cliche, but it was a damn good cliche. I mean, David Lee Roth pretty freely admitted he stole his act from Jim Dandy,
Jim, yep.
But he stole it really well. And they were a great show. Roth vocally, he's all right. He's a lot better than people gave him credit for at the time, but he's not a great rock singer by any stretch of the imagination. I know you're a big Kansas fan, same as I am. And I was listening to some ISO Steve Walsh vocals the other day, and I mean, that dude probably doesn't get near the credit he should. He's probably one of the best rock singers of all time. That guy could do anything.
Absolutely.
And I mean, he had gym shorts on and he's jumping up and down on his piano and running around the stage and singing all that stuff.
Singing amazing stuff while playing an intricate organ, at the same time.
Yeah, that dude was badass. Yeah.
But see, growing up though, I kind of got into things backwards. I started in the 60s and went forwards.
Yeah, which is funny because you're younger than me, but...
I know. And to this day, I mean, kind of late 60s stuff is, I'll probably play more than anything else.
Yeah, well, I listened to a lot of that stuff too, because again, that was where I was really coming of age as far as, really paying attention to music. Hey, Steve, thanks for stopping in. Good to see you.
Well, all my
Good
stuff,
nobbing.
as I say, Jimmy, Cream, The Who, Stones, all sorts of stuff like that. So
yeah, well, as a bass player, I mean, Jack Bruce was a damn good bass player. That was a tight band.
Absolutely. I love the Doors from the States. Big Doors fan.
They're a band they were kind of innovative. I could take them or leave them.
All right.
Yeah, that's just me.
Did you ever get into any prog?
Kansas was basically American progressive. I liked Yes, but not. I can't say that I'm a huge progressive music fan. I like
Right.
some of the people doing some of the things, but
I went in deep when it came to prog stuff.
yeah,
But I love Jethro Tull and all that as well. And
yeah. I'm a huge Toll fan. I mean, saw him at a big stadium show at the University of Colorado in it would have been 80, 81,
uh-huh.
somewhere in that time frame. And they killed it. They were awesome. They were tight. Again, Ian Anderson, great showman, but great vocalist, flautist, and he had it going for him. And yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big Toll fan. Aqualung is just plain and simple a great album, start to finish.
Yeah, that's great. So is Songs from the Wood is a great album.
Songs from the Wood is good. They had a lot of good albums, but
You
if you're gonna pick one, can't go wrong with Aqualung.
I would love to be able to sit down and play the whole of Thick as a Brick, but with a band.
It's funny. My old man wasn't that much into music, but he loved that song. And what he loved about it is, it went on all those lilty patterns and did all this thing. And then he'd come back to Thick as a Brick. That amused my dad. Yeah, big fan of Tull.
I can remember singing Cross-Eyed Mary at karaoke once.
Yeah. Who knows? He might be in a different chat than you, Epi. Depends on what channel you're on. All right. That's why I run the things in the corner. So if in case you're in a different, because Dom and I, whenever we do a show, we stream on each other's channel. That's just, we've done it since day one because we share StreamYard. And people sometimes will be in one chat or the other. We try and herd people into the chat where the majority of people are, but
yeah,
who knows?
How much of a Zeppelin fan are you?
That was a band that in high school, when I really should have been into them, I kind of wasn't. And my appreciation for them really grew like in college and then forward. And I listened to them back then and I liked them. But I didn't really appreciate some of the intricacies and some of the things. And of course, as I got further along as a bass player, then I really realized how frigging great John Paul Jones was.
Uh-huh.
And as I learned how much he really ran the band and did the arrangements and the other things, then my respect for him continued to go up. But Zeppelin is a great band. Plant is a classic rock vocalist, and yeah, they're monsters in a lot of areas.
Again, like I said, with me getting into like 60s stuff first, I can remember from 69, the TV over here showed an old black and white Swedish TV, like the very first time Led Zeppelin had pretty much been on film, and it was only like half an hour, and it was like I remember sitting staring at the TV like playing Dazed and Confused, and I was like, wow, what is this? I was only like 14, 13,
Yeah.
Mind blowing.
Well, fortunate enough, we were really lucky in that we grew up in an era where stereos were really good and you had headphones and they really spent the time on the stereo mix and did all this kind of stuff. The recordings were out of this world.
Yeah.
And man, you'd put those on, you'd listen to Pink Floyd or Zeppelin, and it was such a great sonic experience. And kids nowadays with their shitty MP3s and listen to stuff on their phone, they have no idea how good music really sounds.
Exactly. And it was an immersive experience back then because you took the time and you listened to like a whole album. Now people are just swiping by things. So
exactly. And you were looking at the album cover and going over the artwork and reading the liner notes. That was a great experience.
Yeah. I still do that.
Yeah. Well, again, it's interesting. My son, who's, he's in town right now. He flew in from Washington at about 5 o'clock. He's going to a concert tomorrow, and then we're going to dinner Saturday.
Nice.
But the dude, he's a musician too, plays guitar, totally got into vinyl. So he's been collecting vinyl for probably 10 years now, and it's got a kick-ass stereo. And when he still lived here in Denver, we'd go over to his house, and he and I would break out a little whiskey, and we would just sit, and we would play vinyl and have a great time. And it was that same kind of experience that, we had when I was young, and it was cool. So I'm glad he appreciates that.
Cool. Well, I can remember being like 10, and like my sisters and a few friends that would all come round in one of the bedrooms. Stereo was out, and everybody was listening to the same thing, And that's how a lot of things sort of jump into your brain and stay there that you heard when you were really young,
Yeah. Well, you're malleable and you're impressionable, and I think that's why it's important to and again, that's why both my kids are musicians. They heard me playing guitar and singing from the moment of birth. So and it wasn't like I spent most of the time coaching them in sports and everything. I never really gave them music lessons or anything like that, but it was around, and they just like, oh yeah, this is for me too. And they both, Chris Jr. gravitated to guitar right away. We gave Sean a guitar, and he was like, but it was obvious basically from birth that he was a drummer. Drummers are you just know. And he's whacking on stuff in the kitchen when he's a baby, and okay, we got us a drummer. And sure enough, when we bought him a kit and he got after, he was a natural.
Nice.
Yeah. And now that he's close again, which is fantastic, I'm looking at buying an electronic kit that I can keep here. And so, he'll have it close by, and I can get my kid to play drums on my stuff. Hopefully, because I played with him for years in church, and when he got working on his business and all that kind of stuff, I just, we haven't played together for a while now, and I want to get back to that. Because the dude's good, or he was. He's probably a little rusty.
I was loving playing guitar last night. I must have played for about 7 hours straight.
Nice.
I'd been missing it. I was like, really good.
Yeah, it's good to play. I have unfortunately not played as much this week as usually I play every day. Play every day, sing every day. Well, I'm on deadline, and I've got to get this magazine to the printer September 1st, and I am about a day behind right now. So this weekend, with the kid being in town, that puts me a little behind, and I'm just going to have to burn the midnight oil and get it done because I got to go out of town on the 3rd. So not playing and doing as much as I'd like to do, but
aye.
You know what? Sometimes that's the way life works. I like getting paid, so
that's it. Yep.
Yeah, the Appetite for Destruction was and I'm not a huge GNR fan, but that's a kick-ass album.
Pump is fantastic. So was Permanent Vacation before it.
Yeah. Well, that's Aerosmith is. God bless those guys. Toys in the Attic. Their early stuff was kick-ass, and they've had a renaissance later. And man, they've continued to up until recently when Tyler started having vocal trouble. They've been a great band for a very, very long time.
Amazing band.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? And I've, again, not a huge Beatles fan, but had a buddy in college who was nuts about the Beatles. And we'd grab some beer and we'd sit and listen to them. And I have a huge appreciation for them as songwriters. And those albums were really, especially given some of the primitive gear that they started with, they're really well recorded. And they're sonically a great experience.
I love the Beatles. I grew up with a Beatles songbook. That was my Bible.
Yeah, well, I can see it. Hey, P-Dubs, what's going on? good to see you. P. Jubs joined us for the first time on Gmail last week, and she was great. Played her guitar, sang. It was kick-ass. So hopefully we'll see you again this week. I don't know that I'll be there this week because, again, my son's in town. But I hope you come back again because you did really well. And, well, there you go. Well, bring a Beatles song.
Steel Panther.
I don't know that one. Hey, Zach Thong, what's going on? Got some new folks joining us here, so good to see everybody. Some guy is still with us, which is very good. And I've got one of your songs that I'll play here in a little bit. Some guy. It's fortunate you're in the chat because I was going through and just saying, "Man, who's got some new music out?" So, and I grabbed some pieces. I've got Gordon Lee Weaver. I've got you, and I think I got one other one. And again, I just picked some stuff that kind of was newer, and we're not, as people know, and I say it every week, we're not much of a music show, but I do like to play a little bit because, dang it, we're all musicians here.
Absolutely.
No excuses. You came on, you played, you did great. That's it, done. If you can do better next time, great. I can assure you, PW, I've been on that show often enough that I've had some really great nights, and I had some nights that I didn't have my best stuff. It happens. Well, maybe you learned something about music in the interim. Who knows?
Monkeys fan.
The Monkeys. Hey, we're the Monkeys. People say we monkey around.
Let's see, lots of catchy pop hits, though.
Yeah, well, again, it was handed to him. That was that era of manufactured.
Yeah. Although Mike Naismith proved to be a decent songwriter in his own right later.
Yeah, again, he had some talent. You know, Davy Jones actually had a very nice voice. He could sing. But, you know, you can't bag on him for being manufactured. You look at the crap that comes out today, most of that is manufactured. Sadly, most of it's from Nashville, which is really damn disappointing. That used to be such a hotbed for great musicians and great originality, and it just ain't anymore.
Yeah.
Disappointing. Well, you got your resonator guitar. Do you want to play us a little something real quick?
It's a bit late. Like what? I'm tuned to Open G.
Okay.
Can you hear that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's too late to sing anything. The voice is.
Oh, well, you don't have to sing anything, but yeah, play us a little bit because I love the sound of that guitar.
I'll just mess around then.
All right.
It's late. It's my excuse.
There you go. Sounding good, man.
I'm not warm. I haven't played anything tonight. Actually, I've done all my playing last night.
Well, it's all right. That's a good sounding guitar. I dig that thing a lot.
It's quite weighty.
Yeah, no, those things are heavy. I grabbed one at the music store the other day because I love the sound of it, and it sounded amazing. It didn't play very well. It didn't feel that good, but man, it had a cool sound.
Yeah. I've got my Taylor here as well. Normal tuning. It feels weird after playing a resonator to go into like a normal 6-string.
Yeah, I bet. That sounds good. Hey, say hi to Camellia. How you doing? Good to see you.
Woke up this morning, forgot the words. Been writing a song, Chris. I've kind of put words to it, but it kind of goes a bit like this. That's for the verse. The chorus goes la 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 something like that.
Okay, good start. Like it. Like it. Hey, everybody say hi to Amy Elizabeth. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. And our bass playing buddy, Not Visible. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
I can't see him. Where is he?
That's it. He's here someplace. Well, you had your dobro out, your resonator. I'm going to jump. I've got a Some Guy queued up, but I'm going to jump and play the song that you worked on because I love your slide work on this and your dobro. So let me cue this up. And this is in the Sound of Cloud. And I'm going to share this one. It's the video is not quite done, but it's very close. But listen to Hugh Caldwell on this song. This is Kentucky Girl, boys and girls.
some old state line. Yeah, we've got to find a way to be together down here in Tennessee. Make your way to me, Kentucky girl. What more can I say? Kentucky girl, I need you here today. We can go on down to Beale Street and dance the night away. I've been down here working for so long, and I miss you night and day. The only thing between us is some old state line. Yeah, we've got to find a way. Your eyes are green as the bluegrass of your state. Come on down, don't make me wait. Kentucky girl, what's it gonna be? Kentucky girl, won't you come to Tennessee? Be with me in Tennessee. Be with me. Be with me. Be with me. Ooh, Kentucky girl. Ooh, Kentucky girl.
There's a little Hugh Caldwell for everybody. That sounded great, man. Love it. Love it.
It's great. It's a great track.
Yeah, well, it's a great track because I had a vision of, kind of some old Nashville stuff. And man, when Hugh came on board and gave all those, like Gordon Lee said, tasty licks, because that's what that song needed, was all those tasty licks. And you delivered, my man.
Thank you.
Yeah, really. And that was one I'd written that song a while ago. And shared it with Hugh, and basically just waited for him to get better so he could play on it, because I knew he would bring it, and he did.
I absolutely loved playing on it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, it's for an old, hair metal rock guy like me. There's a little more country in me than I ever wanted to believe. So yeah, there you go, Nashville by way of Glasgow.
That's it.
That's good stuff. Yeah, indeed. I definitely want to play this one real quick, because I've had this one queued up, and I think some guy played this on. Oh, where the heck did it go?
That's from G-May.
Yeah, and I don't know that this is but he played this song on G-May. There it is. And I love this song. So some guy's been in the chat all night. I want to talk about a serious, good country guy. Everybody, wrap your eyeballs and your earballs around Some Guy.
Hi, this is Some Guy. Here's an original tune called Farm. You won't milk the cow. What we gonna do with the farm now? The rooster won't crow, the hens won't lay, the cow won't move, and the horse won't neigh. What we gonna do with the farm now? A would make it somehow. What we gonna do with the farm now? We're down to 3 chickens, a horse, and 2 cows. What we gonna do with the farm now? The dog won't bark, the cat won't meow. What we gonna do with the farm now? The duck won't quack, we ate the sow. What we gonna do with the farm now? What we gonna do with the farm now? I really hope we would make it somehow. What we gonna do with the farm now? Down to 3 chickens, a horse, and 2 cows. What we gonna do with the farm now?
All right,
Wow.
that was outstanding.
Yep, class act.
Yeah, no, good stuff there from some guy. Then that's the one he did play on Gmail the other night, and I'm like, I love this song. So
Yeah, it's kind of takes me back to Little Feet bands like that.
exactly, it has that little feet kind of sound. I mean, that was super good. Camila put the link up. If you're not subscribed to some guy, let me pull a hippie here. Yeah, boom, go over and offer him up some subs, huh? Show him a little love.
Chris, I'm going to pop back down in the chat now. I'm
Okay.
starting to feel a bit tired.
Well, I get that because you've been up. Thanks for coming on, Hugh. It's always great to hang out with you, my man.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure.
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Okay. See you soon.
And tell Felix I said psst, 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 psst.
Will do.
All right.
Bye, mate. Cheers.
Thanks, bud. There he goes. Hugh Caldwell, my friend from Glasgow. Hey, there's El Weedskeetor. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, that was good stuff. And we played some good stuff tonight. So like to have our friends on and play a little bit. And it's nice we've got some new people, who are coming up. Like G-May was a little down a couple weeks ago because I wasn't sure how the show was going, and then Dom and I showed up, and it was a good show and everything. And then last week we had some guy there, and we had P-Dubs there, and basically a full panel all night. Some of the regular people and some new people, and it was great. So if you like live music, and if you like to hear talented people jam out, of course I'm there too. But there are talented people there. Head over to Camp G-Maze on Saturday nights and hang out with us. It's a good time. Zach Thong has even been there and played a little bit. So there you go. It's a good time. So yeah, absolutely. This is what we're all about here, is having some entertainment, because you've got a lot of choices anymore, and I appreciate y'all being with me tonight. Well, sharing some songs and just generally chatting about whatever we're going to chat about. Yeah, it does take a little bit of memory to make it happen. I'm trying to figure out some other fun ways to do it. We had looked at some alternatives, and we bit the bullet and paid the ridiculous fee for StreamYard for one more year, because Dom and I are used to it. It's easy for us. It's got some limitations. The sound is not fantastic, blah, but it's easy to get guests on. It has some things going for it. So we did it. But I'm going to continue to look at other alternatives. And this vertical streaming thing, I want to try it for fun. I don't like the way it looks, but, because YouTube is who YouTube is, it puts you in front of more people. So gonna think about, well, there you go. I mean, we should all be concerned about the farm. I've got some very good friends who are farmers out on the eastern plains of Colorado, and whenever the thunderstorms and the hail roll over us, we always think, oh man, don't hit them out there, because can wipe out millions of dollars of crops, and that's good. And then we don't eat. So love our farmer friends. And actually, they're going to join my wife and I for our anniversary in Steamboat this year, which will be great. My wife and her friend Kim have literally been friends since they were 14 years old. So over 50 years, they've been best friends, which is pretty stinking amazing, right? I mean, Kay and I have been married for 36 years, and I'm the guy of this group. So that kind of tells you the longevity of these people. It's pretty good. So, yeah, it was. That was Hugh on his resonator guitar, which sounds great, right? Yeah, the song that I played of mine, Kentucky Girl, that was Hugh on his Telecaster and his dobro, playing both slide and some Telecaster licks, and it's good stuff. And I'm very, very proud of that song because Hugh made it. Hugh made it the way I envisioned it in my head, and lacked the skill to do. So. Yeah, that is, I used to be that way. Like, I'd write a song and then I'd record it and do the video and everything, and then it was gone. And when Dom got me into playing live, and I had to go back and relearn all my own songs. But now, because I play them regularly, I've got them committed to memory, mostly. There's a couple that, like, I pulled out an older one today, and I stumbled a little bit because I couldn't remember one of the changes, and it took me a while I could remember the melody line, and I sang my way through it, and like, oh yeah, now I remember what I played. But yeah, sometimes you have to relearn what you did. Yeah, my tomatoes are shit this year too, P-dubs. It's been a weird year. Our lettuce did really well. We got one carrot. It's a good big carrot, we think, based on the top, but we planted a whole row of carrots. One came up. And our pepper plants, which I usually grow great peppers, and I put them in with the tomatoes, and they do a little cross-pollination. It makes them both better. My peppers are shit this year. They really are, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah, you guys make friends. Go sub Hugh Caldwell. I think sub Hugh. Go sub some guy and be pals, because you guys are both great musicians. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think that's kind of where we had that here too, P-dubs. We had a very rainy spring for us here in Colorado, and then it got hot as balls, and it just a lot of my garden did not do as well as it usually does. So yeah, what are you gonna do? Can't. Everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it. Well, unless you believe that the government is up there screwing around with it, and who knows, maybe they are. Yeah, well, and that's the kind of thing. It's the use it or lose it, and that's where I kind of got to making it a habit of singing every day and playing at least a little bit every day, just to keep things going. Because I went a while for not doing either a whole lot, and when I got back into it, I said, I'm never going to find myself in that position again. And interestingly enough, I can sing 3 more notes than I could when I was in my 20s, which, at 63, I'll take that all day long. But it's kind of, I think most of you guys know, I'm a pretty high tenor. But I actually have a step and a half more range than I had in my 20s. And I attribute that to I didn't have a lot of vocal training in college, just like a semester or half a semester, actually. But the teacher was really good, and I remembered enough of what she taught me that when I started singing again, my technique was good, and I've never had nodes. I've never strained my voice. I've always tried to take care of it, and allowed me to keep singing like this. And we were talking about Sammy Hagar, and that's my goal. If I can keep singing the way I do into my 70s and 80s like that dude, I've won. That will be amazing. But we'll see. Well, I do want to, and again, I'm playing a little bit more music than I usually do, but that's okay. You guys are here. You guys appreciate good music. And Gordon Lee Weaver is here, so I want to play one of his newer songs. I'm a big fan of Gordon Lee Weaver. He writes, some of his stuff is quirky, some of it's really thoughtful, but it's all really musical. And so I'm a big fan of Gordon Lee Weaver. And let me crack open. This song, I think, just came out, 2 weeks ago. So I knew this was one of his newer ones. And Jet Plane, Champagne, Fast Lane, Gordon Lee Weaver, everybody. All right, man. Gordon Lee Weaver, good stuff. Good stuff. That's a new one, and I like it. Again, it just has a little quirkiness to it. I'm a big fan of Gordon Lee, and if you guys, Camila, put the link up. If you're not subbed up to Gordon Lee, let me pull my hippie again. Boom. Why don't you go over and offer him up a sub? Oh, you're welcome, Gordon. Thanks for, you put out quality stuff on a regular basis, which I appreciate. I am so stinking slow. I put out a couple songs a year anymore. And I'd like to do more, and I write more, but I always get hung up on the video things. It just takes me longer than it should because I think I overthink the videos. But anyway, good to have you guys around. I had promised some jokes, and so let me find. I kind of set aside a couple of jokes that I kind of heard in the last couple of weeks that I liked. No, that one's that joke made me laugh, but I'm gonna try and keep it PG-13 here a little bit. Here's a quick joke that this one made me laugh. The angel of death said, "I've come for you." And the man replied, "Why? I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm healthy." The angel said, "You left your phone at home without locking it and your wife found it." And the man, "All right, let's go." Apparently he had a little something to hide. Let's see, what's another? Again, I kind of pulled a couple of these aside. This one's, I don't know, this one's right at PG-13, maybe a little more, but I think this is a good one, so we'll do this one. Old man sitting on his porch and is watching the world go by like he does when kids walks by and seemingly very purposefully dragging something behind him. The old man calls out, "Hey kid, what you got there?" Kid replies, "Oh, I've got some chicken wire." The old man says, "What you gonna do with that chicken wire?" Kid says, "I'm gonna catch me some chickens." The old man says in disbelief, "Chicken wire's for pinning them in, boy. You can't catch chickens with chicken wire." Kid says, "Oh, yes, you can. Come with me and I'll show you." The old man just grumpily waves him off and chuckles to himself about, kids and their stupidity. But an hour later, here comes the kid walking down the road with a couple chickens wrapped up in his chicken wire. The old man just scratched his head and really didn't have anything to say. So the next day, the old man is sitting on his porch again, the same kids coming down the lane, tossing something up and down in his hand. The old man hollers out, "Hey, kid, what you got there?" Kid says, "I got me some duct tape. I'm going to go catch me some ducks." The old man just says, "Kid, it ain't duct tape, boy. It's duct tape. And you sure as hell can't catch no ducks with duct tape." Kid says, "Sure I can. Come with me, I'll show you." "Oh, get the fuck out of here," the old man said dismissively. Well, sure as shit. A couple hours go by. Here comes the kid with 3 ducks wrapped up in the duct tape. The old man just rolls his eyes, goes back in his house because he's not believing what he's seeing. Well, the next day the kid comes along. He's swishing something in his hand back and forth. The old man yells out, "Kid, what you got there today?" Kid says, "I got me some pussy willow." The old man says, "Hold it a second, son. Let me grab my hat." There you go. See, I wish Hugh was here to laugh at that. Like I said, that was kind of PG. Yeah, a little bit of a dad joke, but what the hell? They can't all be winners. I don't know. That would amuse me a little bit. Again, it's kind of that veer off that I you don't know where it's going. And I had another one the other day, and I kind of forgot. I got to find it again. But the one where you think it's really going a direction, and then it just takes that left turn, and those always amuse me. I like a good joke, and I like telling a good joke. Mostly, I enjoy listening to people laugh because, not enough laughing in the world, right? If we all sat around and told jokes, and the world might be a little better place, a little kinder, a little gentler, all that sort of thing, right? Okay. Well, see, I got some LOLs in the chat there. So there you go. I appreciate that you guys like a little joking action. Why not, right? Again, if you got, you guys had some good musician jokes you put in. I wish Charlie Gabaldon was here because Charlie always has some really good jokes. And Charlie will be on tomorrow streaming right after Val, but before Smith and Val. So, oh, here we go. That's a good joke. I like that joke a lot, Hugh. Yeah, Charlie really is. He's got good timing. He's got a lot of good jokes. He's got a very entertaining stream. I like Charlie's stream. And he's often here. And he may be lurking. I don't know. If you are, I'm a fan, Charlie. If not, screw you. Why aren't you here? Damn you, I take back every nice thing I said about you. Good joke. There you go. Like it. Well done, James. Yeah. Jokes are fun. I mean, we can't... Zach, welcome to the party, my friend. GarageBand is a fantastic tool. It's A, free with every Macintosh. B, it works really, really well. Everything you've heard me do has been done in GarageBand. Now I will be moving to Logic sometime in the next couple months, just to have a little more power and everything. But GarageBand kicks butt, and it's perfect doing that. Hey, go with the Flow Farm. How are you? Welcome, and thanks for joining us. And there's Charlie's link for, and in case you guys don't know, for whatever reason, been hanging out in the cave with Bin Laden. Fridays is a huge entertainment. Starts off with my homegirl right up the road there in Longmont/Boulder, Valerie Bott. Noon my time, so 2 o'clock Eastern for Friday Song Club. Then you got Charlie Gabaldon playing. Then you've got Mr. Smith. You've got Sunshine Archer and Pole Vault with the weekend warm-up. And then we get into your heavy hitters. We've got Jade Starr. We've got Lori's Mishmash. And then the Parking Lot Warrior, Gary Hubbs, who's on vacation right now, but somehow always finds a way to stream me, even if he's in the boonies. And then we'll end up our Friday with the Leelaverse and Midnight Chill. So... there's a dad joke. So if you're not entertained on Fridays, I don't know what to tell you, folks. And then of course, Saturdays, you got lots of good people on, culminating with G-May and his live open mic. So good stuff all the way around. Here's me taking a breath. Taking a drink. I'm just going to leave that one there. I've heard a variation of that one. That's a good one. See, and that's a good bite-sized chat joke. Good job, Hugh. Okay, well, fair enough. Forewarned is forearmed. I got no issue with that. I don't approach politics here on my channel because I'm a music channel. That's what I care about. I'm very interested in politics, but I don't share that. But so there you go. Now you know there's a little music, and certainly other people do that and kind of silo it a little bit. Like here's music, here's art, or here's whatever else they do. So that's cool. There you go. you got a spit take from Allie on that one, Hugh. Good job. Yeah, maybe Camilla can provide it. I think it was posted earlier, some guy. Now, you may not be able to scroll up far enough to grab it. We'll see. Yeah, there you go. Will the defendant please rise? So, woman's in court, and she's on trial for beating her her boyfriend to death with a guitar. And the judge is looking over the papers and looks at the woman and says, first offender? And she says, no, Your Honor. Started with a Gibson, then I went to the Fender, and then finished with a Gretsch. Okay, dad joke. There you go. Chamelea's on it. Camellia is a great mod and greatly appreciated on this channel because I think I threw 2 links earlier and I don't think either of them worked quite right because when I grab it off my thing, it sometimes has extra information and the links don't work right. So thank you very much for doing that, Camellia. Much, much appreciated. All right. I promised I'm going to, since we're doing comedy bits, I'm going to try and find one that I did. Oh, I did it for Pole Vault's show, and he had asked for commercials and other or products or something like that. And I think I did one for him, and I got to find on my channel where I posted that stupid stuff. But, oh, yeah, it's right up front there. Isn't that handy? All right. So, people, obviously, you've been on my channel for any length of time. You know that I've got pretty good hair, especially for a guy my age, right? So, and I get asked all the time, how do you do your hair? And I usually play it off, but I finally decided to let the secret out of the bag. So I'm going to share with everyone my hair care tips. So here you go, folks.
Hi everybody, Chris Lane here, and in the community I'm kind of known for my amazing hair, and for years I just said that I use just regular old shampoo and everything, but you know what, that's not totally true. And I had a few drinks last night and somebody challenged me on it, and I have to admit there's a family secret from my hair. Got it from my mother, who got it from her mother, my grandmother, and your grandmother may have had this too, long before the Pantenes and the L'Oreals of the world, what I like to call the hair care big pharma got involved. People had their own homemade shampoos and hair preparations. And I have my grandmother's formula recipe for hair care, and I'll go ahead and share it with you guys, just so you guys can have the same kind of amazing hair that I have. Now, it starts off with 3 eggs. Now, you can use a 4th egg and just the yolk in case your hair's a little thin and needs a little more body. You need a little mayonnaise like this. And, some people like to add just a little Miracle Whip. My grandmother did, and I think it makes it just that much better. A little bit of lime juice, avocado oil, and apple cider vinegar. And she also added sweet pickle relish. I'm not sure why, actually. Maybe that exfoliates your scalp a little bit, and a little texture. Maybe it strips the hair a little bit. I'm not exactly sure. But get them all mixed up nice in a bowl like this. I'm gonna get that mixed up here real good. Oh yeah, that looks great. And then use this and shampoo your hair. So just like this. Yeah, get that rubbed in. That's all nice. Get it in. Actually, that doesn't quite feel right. Oh shit! This is my grandmother's egg salad recipe. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, that's not right. I apologize. Good Lord, how drunk was I last night?
All right, and that just goes to show that I will go a long ways for a laugh. Yeah, that was not easy to get out of my hair, but there you go. That was for my friend Pole Vault. That's right. There was a lot of me. That's my real shower and everything. That was not green screen, folks. All right, we had a couple good jokes while that segment was going. That's a good one. I want to highlight. Where's that other one? Yeah, see, Hugh knows a lot of Viagra jokes for some reason. Yeah, I know. Lucky you, right, Lori? Yeah, here's the one. And yeah, it's true on every level. Good stuff. Beard King Picker, yeah, you really came in a bad time. This is, a music and talk show, but tonight's kind of joke night, and so that was a little joke video that I did last year. So thanks for joining us, and yeah, your timing maybe wasn't great in that respect. So yeah, that's it. There was no Halo, but there should have been. Yeah, I should have green screened in I don't know, a better body or whatever. But again, I will. Yeah, there was exactly. For you guys who don't know, Jade and I share a lot of off-screen talk about comedy. She's a huge comedy fan, as am I. I had done a little stand-up back in the day. She had a whole act that she did. So yeah, we're both big aficionados, and the Gladys Worthington character bits that she does just break me up. And you talk about going hard for a laugh. The stuff she has eaten as that character, like, oh my God. She said after the last one she was sick for like 3 days, but it was hilarious, and anything for a laugh. So, salute to you, Jade. I'm a fan, and I appreciate going the whole way for a joke. If any of you saw my stream that I did with Dom this last Halloween, where we both got liquored up, and I stayed in character for 6 hours for that bit. That's commitment. I remember parts of it, but yeah. Hey, there's Jade Star right there. You rock. The Gladys Worthington character is very, very funny, and I hope Gladys makes an appearance again sometime in the near future, because that's gold when you do that. Yeah, did not eat the fish, and I think Jade is willing to go a long ways for a bit, but I mean, there's a level, and I think she stopped at the right level. I don't think you want to eat the goldfish. So, look, yeah, absolutely. But good stuff there. Well, anyway, man, we've had some good jokes tonight, and we've had a little music. Had Hugh Caldwell on. Lori's in the chat, which is good. I prohibited Lori, as you guys know, usually comes on the show for at least for a little while, but I banned her because she's sick, and she's not going to get better if she's screwing around, hanging out on my show and everything. So I said, you cannot come on tonight. Get better, and I'll see you next week. Yes, I am in a bar. I'm often in a bar. It's a green screen bar, but nonetheless, I feel very at home in a bar. Well, okay, yeah. Hopefully hopefully they go light and, let her out. Well, I was going to say let her out early for good behavior, but what are the odds of that, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. I cared enough to say, get the hell out of here. You cannot be on my show. But again, she's been kind of pushing a little bit, and there's nothing worse than a summer cold. They're really difficult to get over, and so I played mama to her a little bit. She's a mama to everybody else, so I mamaed her a little bit and said, hey, get feeling better. Because what would be the worst thing on a Friday? If Lori had to cancel her show because she was too sick to do it. So I didn't want that to happen. I certainly was not willing to be responsible for that. So that's why Lori got the 1 week ban. Well, there you go. The punchline? Yeah, with you on that one. You. I'm laughing, but I'm sickened and amused all at the same time. And tasty? I don't know. Good stuff. Put in the chat, Jade, if you will, what do you have going on for us tomorrow? I kind of promo that you would be on, but I did not look and see exactly what you were doing. So there you go. Hey, speak of the devil, and we've been speaking of the devil for quite some time. There's Camp G May himself right there in my chat. And that's where I am most every Saturday night. Although, my kid's in town, Gary, and so I may or may not be there Saturday. If I do come, I'll probably be relatively late for me, but just a heads up on that. But the show last week was great, and hey, we've got some guy in the chat who was on the show last week. P-Dubs is in the chat, so, making the rounds, and everybody hang out with Camp G May on Saturday. Okay. So there's Jade's channel and app review. Oh, there you go. Good tease. So Saturday, mark your calendar. By the way, your stream, I never know what day it is. I think it was yesterday, right? Where you explained what the hell YouTube was doing with the chats and everything was super helpful, super informative, and much appreciated. Jade, YouTube is this giant, faceless corporate conglomerate, but Jade kept after him and actually talked to a real person to find what the hell was going on with that. And if you didn't catch the stream, go back and check out Jade's channel and get that. Because whether you're a live streamer or whether you're just like to be in the chat like some of you guys do, you need to know what's going on with that, because things will be changing, and mostly in a good way, I think. Yeah, I agree with you there. P-Dubs rocked it, and that was a great debut. That is absolutely true. Rats have some sense of decorum. Guitar players, not so much. All right. Yes, I'm with you. I'm enjoying the little kitties on Gmay's channel here lately. Those little kitty shorts are fun. It's a good point. It's a good point right there. That's the problem. There's always some idiot, Zach, unfortunately. I think probably everybody is dealing with invasive species. I don't know who decided it was a good idea to put the Chinese carp in the river system of the central United States, but those stinking fish are ruining the rivers there. Yeah, well, again, hope it's going well for you and they're taking care of you there. Jay's had a little health issue and hopefully getting it worked out. I think I'm a few behind. That's a good one, Les. Well done. See, we all should have lots of musician jokes, right? So we can throw them at one another at appropriate times. All right. Well, Lori laying down the law to James. Well, James was in for him relatively early last week. So, anyway, well, that's what's going on. Oh. That is very astute, P-Dubs. You're correct. The Eagles are the kiss of death. Very few people, doing what we do, playing acoustics, do Metallica, but Metallica is often a no-no. Those two are the worst offenders. G-May would really know because he sees on his chat, what he gets whacked for. Those two are without a doubt. Now, interestingly enough, G doesn't have a whole lot of karaoke people come on his channel. And the problem with it, a lot of those guys use tracks that are taken directly from the original artist. Well, that's going to get you a ding every stinking time. For those of us who are playing on their guitar and singing, less so, although I was really proud because I did one stream and this was kind of an ongoing problem. And I said, how many copyrights hits did you get? And he said, well, only 2, and you were both of them. And I went, wow. So I'm sitting here playing my acoustic and singing and got the copyright hits. Yay. Usually the algorithm can't pick it up if you're just, doing what you, I, or Dom people do. But hey, every once in a while. But I think those are probably the worst offenders. Again, send a quick note to G-May, and he can give you a rundown on people that maybe you want to avoid. Yeah, Ozzy can be a little bit problematic. All right, we got to go to a joke here. You can't argue with that logic, not even a little. Yeah, everybody send good wishes to Jade as she recovers, and hopefully she's being well taken care of. Hey. Okay, well, which is funny because, of course, Larry's a musician and her son is a musician, but good joke. Good joke. All right. Did you have an earlier comment here, G, that I missed? Yeah, there's kind of levels of that, and G-May can, kind of give you the, some it's like, well, okay, you get a copyright. I'm blanking. I'm tired too, and I'm blanking the term. But they basically say, hey, you're not going to get any revenue, or we're going to take whatever you make from the ads because you played our song, Sharon. Okay, whatever. Now, there are some songs that get the stream blocked, turned off in certain countries. So those are the ones that you definitely don't want to bring on somebody else's program if you can avoid it. Okay, well, there you go. Yep, that's where the boys sit around and play guitar for one another. Yes, there you go. Matchmaker, make me a match. Yeah, share copies, that's okay. Pay them. Okay, wow. Indeed. Hey, Shelly, welcome to the show. How you doing? There you go. Yeah, that's the best way to get on the list. I'm on a lot of lists, but that's a good list to be on. So, all right. I am going to whip out. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of where the thing, if you're just playing your acoustic and they say, hey, we recognize the song and that's our song, and you played it, it's like, okay, then I did pretty good. So yay. And that's all right. Again, this channel is not monetized. I'm never going to be monetized. So I don't care. And yeah, exactly. Means you did the melody right. So no, it's not bigger laughs. You got a good laugh on the first joke. The second joke, meh. So it's not me, dear. It's you. Punch up your material. I mean, I had a couple jokes. Some of my jokes tonight were really funny. At least one of the jokes was meh. So, they can't all be winners. So just punch up your material, dear. That's what you got to do. Speaking of a dude with good material, I do want to play, and I haven't seen Mike tonight, and I hope he's feeling all right. But I want to play a little Mike Shaner. Mike Shaner is a good dude, and B has some really good songs. And this is a more recent one from Mike Shaner, and gonna play this one for you right now. This is called The Right Day. Mike Shaner music.
Waiting for the right day to die. No, it won't be tonight. I can't wait to see what happens.
All right, little Mike Shaner. And glad to hear that you talked to him today, Dogpaw, and he's doing all right. Good dude. Good dude and great musician. Really like his stuff. So, and I got to congratulate you folks are bringing the jokes tonight. A bunch of good ones. And then, of course, Lori had one too. Kidding, Lori. My goodness. No, good stuff. There you go. That's a good drummer joke. Yeah, I'm with you on that. You know what? You have to hang around until we're gone, Mike. That's we're making the rules, bud. That's how we're gonna do it. Yeah, I've got some. I may end the stream with. I've got one more. It's a joke I've told for years. It's a longer joke, but I think it's a good one. So we'll see. But yeah, this was a fun night of. Again, I didn't really have any particular agenda, but I like jokes, so we told some jokes. We played some music, played a little more music than we usually do, which was fine. I was in the mood, and again, I wasn't going to have as many of my guests as I usually have on, and we didn't have an interview this week, so felt like we'd just get some tunes on, some of the newer stuff, and we're able to get, just some good stuff. It was fun. It's fun for me to do. I hope it's as fun for you guys in the audience as it is for me to do, because I look forward to this every Thursday. Just fun to hang out and chat. Yeah, exactly. Well, and you got to do it. That was the thing. Dom was doing it before I was, and he said, look, man, you got to come on. You got to start doing it. And I did it once, and I thought, okay, it was all right. I did it the second time, and I thought, this is kind of fun. And from then on, I was done. And so I try and play live pretty much every week because it's so fun. So yeah, it's like a little bit of a drug. Now, that would be fantastic, and I wish I'd thought of it, but since and Lori really knows a lot about killing my stream. So anyway. Yeah, and this is the first joke that James put up, and it's a good one for him to end on. At least a zillion. All right. Good one. So this fella, I'll keep posting these. Yeah, Dennis T. Young has killed my stream. All right. What, a Les Paul, right? All right, we're waiting. Oh, his amp. Well, yeah. It's my little Vox here. And it's, one of their mini models. This thing still weighs a ton. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's an oldie but a goodie. So, this is the last joke for the evening, or at least the one I'm going to tell. And not making a big deal out of it, but I want to do something first because I want to make sure that... Yeah, I think I'll end on this one. Nope, actually, I think I'm going to end on this one, Sal. All right, so last joke, and then I think we'll have Sal Caruso play us out. But, hey, Amp, good morning. Fellow was convinced his wife was having an affair, but he couldn't prove it. And time went on, and as time went on, he became more and more convinced that his wife was having an affair. So finally, he comes up with this elaborate plan. And he tells his wife he's going out of town on a business trip, and he won't be back for a week or so. So packs a suitcase, puts it in his car, drives off and everything, but he's not really going out of town on a business trip. He's just going to watch the house. And, but he has to drive away and make it look good, right? Well, he drives away, goes around the block a couple times, comes back, and sure enough, there's a strange car in his driveway. He goes, oh, I knew it. So he sneaks up to his front door and bursts in, runs upstairs. Sure enough, there's his wife, naked in bed, smoking a cigarette. But he can't see a guy. So his suspicion's confirmed and he loses it. And he starts running through the house. He's opening closets. He's checking the bathroom. He looks under the bed, not finding anybody. But he knows that somebody was there. So he's tearing all through the house. And he goes down towards the kitchen and he looks out the back window. And sure enough, there's a guy, his neighbor no less, sneaking across his backyard. And the guy becomes enraged. And in a feat of superhuman strength, he grabs his refrigerator, runs to the window, tosses it out, and throws the refrigerator on this guy in his backyard, killing him. And he feels great about it. He goes, that son of a bitch, I can't believe my neighbor of all these years was having an affair with my wife. And then all of a sudden he feels a tightness in his chest. He's like, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack. And he does. He has a heart attack and he dies. Well, the next thing he knows, he's standing in heaven in front of St. Peter. And St. Peter says, hey, what's going on? How'd you get here? And he explains to St. Peter that, look, I caught my wife having an affair. And I saw the guy sneaking out. I threw a refrigerator at him, but I guess the strain, it was a big refrigerator, it's too much. I had a heart attack, and next thing I know, here I am. St. Peter goes, wow, that's a heck of a story. Come on in. So next guy comes up, and St. Peter goes, hey, how's it going? What brought you here? Guy said, well, it's kind of a weird thing. I was going out for a jog and, cut across my neighbor's yard like I usually do to go to the trail behind our houses. And out of the corner of my eye, I see this refrigerator hurtling at me. It lands on me, kills me. St. Peter said, well, that's really a bizarre accident, but hey, welcome to heaven. Come on in. And third guy comes up and St. Peter says, so how'd you get here? The guy said, well, that's the damnedest thing. I was sitting in this refrigerator, minding my own business. There you go. I will wait for the amazing reaction from that joke. Oh, don't get me started on Rodney Dangerfield. I'm a huge fan, Les. I love Rodney Dangerfield. All right. Well, there you go. Folks, some jokes, some music. All in all, a great Thursday night. Thank you all for being here so much. I appreciate you guys. I am going to leave you with this. And a little ditty. And I've already lost it. Dadgummit. Okay, this is from Jason Lemansky, and this is the song that he put on the Music for Life album for Canada. And for those who don't know, we've got that third album coming up for America. Deadline is in early October, so get working on it. But this is Jason Lemansky's song, Soul on Fire. And we're going to go out on this one. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. You guys make this show. Have a wonderful Thursday and a great Friday, and I'll see you on the chats Friday and Saturday. Be well, everybody.
My soul is on that everything was falling into place. But when you said you needed me, I nearly went to get some therapy. You see, you turned into a real paper chase. Soul is on fire, my heart is filled with desire for you. Yeah, you. I wanna jump into your fire, be as one with you, you know I do. When you came to me and said that all those feelings in your head could never match the fire in your heart, I reached out and took your hand and led you into that promised land, wiped out all those feelings from the start. When you came to me and said that all those feelings in your head could never match the fire in your heart, I reached out and took your hand and led you into that promised land. La 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 la. Guys, you make me so damn proud. My soul is on fire, my heart is full of desire for you. Yeah, you. I wanna jump into your fire and be as one with you, you know I do. Yeah, I do. My soul is on fire, my heart is full of desire for you. Yeah. My soul is on fire, my heart is full of desire for you. It's all for you.